Yes, I saw the movies about the horrors of drug abuse in high school, and I thought, I'm not that bad. I'm not the one so out of control that I'm like throwing up all over the place. Until I was. I wasn't the one drinking or using as soon as I woke up in the morning. Until I was. I wasn't the one sticking needles in my arm. Until I was. And even then, I could rationalize that I was not that bad. My journey from my first drink to full-blown heroin addiction took 9 years, and along the way I left a trail of pain and failure. Mostly I was hurting myself, but I was also hurting my family and anyone who really cared about me. Were there fun times? Of course there were, but they became fewer and farther between, and eventually I was just trying to stave off withdrawal by any means possible, but I had myself convinced that I was getting high because I loved to get high. The truth is, I was an addict. I no longer had a choice. I dropped out of college without a second thought, more than once. I've spent a couple of nights in jail, and when I got out, I went right back to using. I've had blackouts where I couldn't remember what I did for days. I would come to not having any idea where I was or what I'd done. I'm ashamed to admit that I had no problem using drugs or drinking and getting behind the wheel of a car, even the day I got my driver's license at age 17, and I thank God today that I didn't hurt anyone. My boyfriend, also an addict, brutally beat me to within an inch of my life, and after life-saving surgery, I asked a friend to come and get me high in the hospital. I went back to this boyfriend because I thought I deserved these beatings. I lived in a car and I lived on the streets. I've had a gun put to my head with the credible threat of it being used. I woke up in the hospital after getting my stomach pumped following an overdose, and I left there to get high again. When friends died, it didn't seem to matter. On the street, you would hear the conversation, "Did you hear about so-and-so? She died." Oh well. My addiction didn't start with opioids, but when I started putting needles in my own arm, I thought I was a badass and a romantic outlaw. But the sad truth was, I was just another junkie trying to escape, chasing the thrill of that first high.